This movie started as a premonition for you, or was kind of inspired, is that right?
Well, the whole film is felt. Now we're 10 days out from the movie opening, and who knows what it'll do when it opens and how the world will receive it and all. But it has felt completely guided from its first thought, from the beginning. And so when I first thought of it, I told my editor, I'm going to write this script called Sixth Sense, and Bruce Willis is going to be in it, and it's going to sell for a lot of money. And that is how it started, and that happened. And each thing that happened from that point on felt just a little bit guided, each person doing their job just the right way. We happened to find this unbelievable kid actor that just, it's not about a kid, it's just an amazing actor. And Toni Collette, and God, I remember that movie I saw, Muriel's Wedding. What a great actress. Oh my gosh, I got her in the movie. And I love Silence of the Lambs. Maybe we can get that director of photography. Oh, I got him. And the producers of E.T. and Poltergeist, they might be good for this. Oh, I got them. And it one by one, and everything's out. I think I should make this at Disney, because they really know how to market to make it Disney.
So this was your sixth sense.
It's just been great. And the things that didn't work out ended up working out, in the end, the proper way. It should have worked out. And
so how did you get Bruce Willis for this movie?
He was the only actor we sent it to, the original. And we thought about a lot of people. I thought about a lot of people, and a lot of people approached me for the parts. Fantastic actors approached me for the part. And he was the guy I was thinking about. And even though I thought that earlier, when I got to the time to offer it, I just felt, I had a couple moments of, what am I thinking? He's not going to do this. He just did Armageddon, and that's making so much money, and all. He's never going to want to do this. Let's just go with a smaller actor, or a lesser-known actor, and go make the picture the right way, because you're wasting time. Eventually, I said, all right, let's just offer it to him. And we offered it to him, and he said yes. It was amazing. And then he saw my other film and was completely on board.
I think it's the best dramatic role he's ever done. I was
thank
so impressed with not only his performance, but I thought the casting of this movie was absolutely impeccable. I don't think you could have gotten better performances or better people for every single one of those roles. How heavy of a role did you play in selecting those people?
Well, a lot, I guess, because I'm the director, I guess. But it was one by one. I starting to realize the kind of acting that I really liked, which was very specific, unique, rough. I like rough edges. So if the actress is doing the scene and she says her line and I don't know, and then after the line she just goes and does some weird body. I like that specificity. That it's not like I said, why don't you just shake a little bit? It's not. She just did it very specific, and I started being attracted to that in the people that I was auditioning, and it seemed to thematically go with everybody that we hired in the movie. It was very specific acting.
I think that psychological thrillers or any movie that has a real heavy, scary element to it, I think those are the most difficult movies to make work. What's the trick to making this movie so real and so genuine and just works all the way through?
Grounding it in reality. All your choices, there's two kinds of, there's movie scares, which are kind of like, Bobby, where are you, Bobby? And then Bobby jumps at him and laughs and things like that. And that is a cheat, because you got the scare, but you've cheated the audience in the sense that you said to them, what you've really said to them is, boo, you're watching a movie, funny, aren't we funny? Okay, let's go on with the story. And they're like, oh, we're watching a movie. But if you said, shh, Bobby, did you hear something? And I go, did you leave that door open in the back? And then everyone goes, nobody's going, hee, it's a movie. Nobody's thinking that. They're all picturing their own house and their own back door that they left open. And was that sound somebody coming in and things like that? And to keep on holding it beyond 1 minute, 2 minutes, try 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, holding them in that, is this really happening kind of thing? And it's a fun thing to continue that tension.
One thing I haven't touched with you yet, I talked to the other actors about this, but why don't you tell me in your words what the basic premise of this movie is, since they are your words?
Right. The basic premise of it is a child psychologist dealing with a patient who claims that he sees ghosts, and his investigation into whether this is real, or this kid has other problems in his life that are leading him to make up these stories about these ghosts, and whether it's true or not. And it's also a movie about communication, thematically, about people communicating with their loved ones, children communicating with their parents, husbands and wives communicating, people that have passed away trying to communicate with people here, and people learning to say things when they have the chance.
Great. Well, I'm glad you had the chance, because this is a really unique, wonderful movie with a great ending.
Thank you.
Oh, phenomenal twisting. Loved it. So thank you.
Thank you.